Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where consciousness has moved up the spine, touched the crown, and moved above and penetrated the skull or crown of the head, moving up to merge into consciousness of God or goddess, as well as Soruba Samadhi, where consciousness has moved up the spine, penetrated the skull, moved beyond God and goddess, or Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and become one with Brahman or Godhead or Allah or Holy Spirit, where consciousness become flux between conscious and non-conscious, where you do not die, but your consciousness has become not within the self. You're conscious of being outside, and it's not what we're talking about astral traveling or remote viewing or anything like this. Your consciousness has become an on-off, where the period of on and off is leaving your existence or your field per se, where the field is not just your physical body, and it's not just physical, chemical, or mental, or even physical, chemical, mental, or spiritual body, but is the nature of your whole field. So that consciousness, which is Soruba Samadhi, has also been just plainly called Samadhi by the siddhas in the context of what is going on in present day siddha literature. So chasing cities is a cause for ego consciousness to build. Even if you believe that your ego consciousness has not become rampant, chasing cities is not the shortest way to liberation, that's for sure. The fastest route to liberation, where liberation is becoming liberated from the cycles of reincarnation, becoming one with totality as conscious spirit or a physical immortal being, the second duality, is the fastest route. So chasing that is the best source of using yogas. Hatha system. There's three things to understand when you're doing hatha or poses. Doing the basic ones you can do, this for health, and then developing samadhi in the poses you can do, and then trying new poses to achieve higher samadhis. And the more samadhis you do, in the more you also do in various samadhis, poses, I should say, allows for an improvement or nature of increased consciousness. Both your consciousness of physical, mental, chemical, as well as energetic self. Those being the four bodies that are basic bodies of the human field. So keys to pranayama. Pranayama, again, is yogic breathing. There's 7 keys to yogic pranayama breathing. Controlled breathing, controlled meditations, exaggerated breathing, more successful, I should say, cycles of pranayama or yogic breathing, the tongue towards Shikari mudra, and then meditations afterwards when you have become either sick or not sick in the nature of sick, but when you feel like vomiting, which occurs in excessive amounts of pranayama. Then you meditate after that, and you can start up pranayama again, which is a strategy. And then following the sequences of adding the various different pranayamas. So meditations, there are 3 things to understand about meditation. One is trying to relax the mind from wandering and focusing on the point of meditation. The other nature is sinking down your consciousness as the Kundalini consciousness moves up and the spine and tries to penetrate the third eye and skull higher. So sinking your consciousness and yourself down as your consciousness is moved up, allowing a reverberation of the consciousness or Kundalini into the head and allowing it to move up and out, or allowing it to reverberate for longer periods of time if you just want Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But if you're able to allow your consciousness to sink down as the consciousness is moved up, you have the potential or the ability to open up consciousness to penetrate the skull and move up to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And again, this should be done for various pranayamas, meditational poses, hatha, bandhas, mudras, and mantras.